Nowadays, the national capital of India has got a new case, and that was that either the dogs should be permitted to be in the premises where the population is so much, or shouldn't they be? Well, I am not the right person to say anything about this discussion, but one thing I know that yes, there's a slight risk of rabies, but although if you are taking proper preventive measures, you are safe, my dear children. But you will be safe only when you have a thorough knowledge of this virus. That's why I welcome you all to the Micro Mahasutra, a series of initiative of teaching microbiology system-wise. Welcome to Central Nervous System class by Dr. 𝗵𝗺, and I am your microbiology faculty. The topic of today's discussion is rabies. Then we will discuss about Japanese encephalitis, West Nile fever, and of course in the end we will discuss HSV, that is herpes simplex virus. So starting with the rabies, Japanese encephalitis, West Nile fever and HSV has been discussed already, but if you are preparing for CNS, please revise HSV properly. The link of it I will provide you in the description box. So coming on to rabies virus. Rabies, my dear friends, belong to the family called as Rhabdoviridae. Now, rabies is a bullet-shaped virus, and one important thing is that it has got envelope, it has got helical symmetry, single-stranded RNA, and that's to negative sense. Now, all these general points I have already discussed in general virology, so you can go there and boost up your key concepts for general virology. Now, rabies virus is of two types. One is the street virus, that is freshly isolated. Other is the fixed virus, that is maintained in the labs, used for the vaccines and having a very shorter incubation period. Okay. So very simple, there are two type of kids in families. One, the ones who are, street fixed. They are always be playing in the streets, playing badminton, playing cricket, playing sports, right? So they are the ones who are in the streets, whereas the other ones are the fixed ones in the home. Like typical mama's boy, typical mama's children who are, always in the home. So fixed virus is something that is maintained in the laboratories. They are always there in the laboratories. They are that's why used for the production of vaccines, and yes, they have got a very shorter incubation period. Okay, that's why they grow very fast, and because they are growing very fast, they are easy to be maintained in labs. My dear friends, please understand the other thing, that is the street virus, which is freshly isolated. So when we talk about the transmission, my dear friends, remember rabies is something that is transmitted by the saliva inoculation of mammals, of dogs and of bats. Okay. So they are in the saliva of mammals like dogs and bats. So whenever they are going to bite, it is going to be transmitted. Similarly, if you ever visit to bat caves, they are transmitted via inhalation. If I am not wrong, living or sitting in the city, the beautiful city of Hyderabad, I had once got a chance to visit Golconda Fort, if I am not wrong, and there were so many bats there. So bat caves, okay, is one of the, I should say, the place from where you can inhale the rabies virus via respiratory route. Next is the corneal transplant. Okay, so it is transplanted from the cornea as well. So three things I have told you, my dear friends. One is the bite of mammals, next is the bat caves, and the third one is cornea. Okay, so the mnemonic says RBC. So R for rabies, B for bite and bat caves, C for corneal transplant. Now once it is inoculated locally, it is going to spread to muscles, and then via axonal spread it is going to go into the brain, and from the brain axons it can go to salivary gland, it can go to cornea, it can go to skin. Alright. So what happens? What happens? See here, first of all it is going to get inoculated. How? Either by the respiratory route it is going to get inoculated, or it is going to get inoculated through your skin, or it may get entrapped inside your muzzle, and the other parts, other places from where it can get inoculated is obviously going to be your eyes or the cornea. From all these places it can go to your axon. Alright. So if I just draw axon, right, so it can go where? It can go to axon, and from axon it can go to your brain, from brains, yes, so this is your brain, so from axons it is going to the brain, from brain it is going to reach to different parts. One of them can be the salivary gland, other can be the cornea, other can be the skin part, right? So it can go like that. So what are the clinical features, my dear friends? First clinical feature is going to be the prodromal phase, where everything, just like the normal infection, fever, malaise, everything is going to be there, arthralgia. Then comes the furious rabies phase. Okay, so the furious rabies phase, or I should say that the furious rabies comes into play, which is having hydrophobia, which is having hyper excitability, and different other phobias also for that matter. You know, you must have seen videos on YouTube. So once the virus has reached to your brain, it is going to go to show some features like hydrophobia. You know, people who are suffering from rabies, the glass will tumble, they won't be able to take the sip of water because they're afraid of water. And then you have another virus feature, that is dumb rabies. Now what is dumb rabies? Dumb rabies means paralysis is going to happen. There is a paralytic state which is going to happen, right? And in the end, coma. Yes, death is going to occur. Yes, it is 100% fatal. So please remember, the PSM people will teach you the case fatality rate. Case fatality rate for rabies is 100%. So once the rabies virus has reached to your brains, death is for sure going to happen. This is the, I should say, power of rabies virus. So how to diagnose? Ante-mortemly and post-mortemly, because deaths are very likely to occur. So ante-mortemly, you can take the corneal scraping, you can take the skin biopsy, CSF sample, serum and even saliva, and run it for the ELISA and PCR. Whereas on post-mortem, you can take the brain biopsy and then you will do a stain. Now this is something that's very, very important. Please take a stain, and the stain is called as cellular stain. Cellular stain is going to show you Negri bodies, which are the intracytoplasm inclusion bodies. I have discussed this in good detail in general virology. Please go and check it. So what I want to tell you is that you will take the biopsy of the brain to check for the rabies. So if you know ABCD, PQRS, okay, and here MNO, okay, MNOP, QRS, okay. So N for what? N for Negri bodies, okay. S for what? Cellular stain, okay. R for what? Rabies. So you know, coming very close to each other, right? And these are the intracytoplasmic inclusion bodies, okay. So what is the vaccination thing? So please remember, there is a pre-exposure prophylaxis. Just the veterinarian doctors, okay, veterinarians, doctors practicing veterinary, they take pre-exposure prophylaxis. So how they are going to take? They are going to take 0, 7, 21, 28 intradermally, okay. So remember this, you have the table of 7, right? So 0, then 7, then 14, then 21, then 28. So pre, P-R-E, pre. So pre is equal to 3. So you are take how many doses? You are supposed to take how many doses? 3 doses. So cut this 14-day dose and 0, 7 or 1 dose or either 21st or 28 you are going to take. Okay. Post has got how many words in it? Post has got 4 words in it, my dear friend. P-O-S-T. So you are going to take 4 doses. And when you are going to take these 4 doses, remember this, 0 is going to be there, 7 is going to be there, 28 is going to be there. Just you have to add 3 in it. Okay. So post prophylaxis, you have to take 4 doses. And very important one thing which I would like to tell you is that the post is not the table of 7. Post is not the multiples of 7. Okay, multiples of 7. So 3 is also going to come. Okay, both of them are intradermal, which I have told you, intradermal. And since we are practicing intradermal only, so for microbiology point of view, this is it what you have to know and abide by. There is a very, I should say, very common practice being done in the Indian setups, that they are also giving the tetanus toxoid along with the rabies virus, okay, sorry, along with the rabies vaccine. So this is also something which is being practiced. Although one important thing is that not always you are going to give the rabies vaccine. I am teaching you this, although this falls under the domain of PSM. There are some categories, okay, category 1, category 2, category 3 of bite, okay. Category 1 means only the skin is gone. Category 2 means that actually the category 1 bite means the skin is intact, right. Category 2 means skin is not intact, and category 3 means that skin is not intact obviously, and there is what? There is blood coming out, okay. Blood coming out, or you can say the body fluids have come in contact, okay. So general rule says that for first one you just have to wash it, or at max you can just disinfect it. The second one says that you have to give obviously the vaccine, and in third one you have to give vaccine plus immunoglobulins you are also supposed to give, okay. So see here, the bullet-shaped virus I have already told you, which is an enveloped virus, yeah. And yes, so these are the intracytoplasmic Negri bodies, if you can see, right. These are the intracytoplasmic what? Negri bodies, which you can easily see over here, yeah. So this was about the rabies virus. Coming on to the next virus, that is the Japanese encephalitis. And yes, just like your other viruses, for example dengue, for example chikungunya, for example your Zika, right. So all of these, and in fact now the Japanese encephalitis, okay. So Japanese encephalitis is, yes, is going to belong to Flaviviruses. Now my dear friends who know that Flaviviruses is further classification of a big family called as 𝗲𝗵𝗿𝗺, okay. So 𝗲𝗵𝗿𝗺 is the main one, and Flaviviruses belongs to 𝗲𝗵𝗿𝗺. Now 𝗲𝗵 means what? 𝗲𝗵 means arthropod born, okay. 𝗲𝗵 means what? Arthropod born. So because they are arthropod born, that means they are going to get transmitted by the arthropods. So the transmission is by whom? It is by the arthropod. So Japanese encephalitis is going to get transmitted by Culex mosquito, okay. So Culex mosquito, my dear friends. Similarly, when you will read about the West Nile West Nile fever, it is also going to be transmitted by Culex mosquito, okay. And if you remember, I have told you that 𝗧𝗲𝗵𝗺𝗺 is also going to have the one who is responsible for transmitting what? Transmitting the, causing the filariasis. It is also belonging to Culex mosquito only. That means the Culex mosquito is going to transmit. So I just remember like this: cute, fine, Japanese people from West Japan. Okay, so you can say, let me make it very simple. Cute people are from West Japan. Yeah, this is good to go. Cute people are from West Japan. So cute means Culex. Okay, cute means Culex. People R from F for filariasis. West means West Nile fever or West Nile virus, the next topic of discussion, and Japan means Japanese encephalitis. Okay, so very simple. So Culex mosquito is the one who is responsible for the spread of Japanese encephalitis virus. The reservoir for Japanese encephalitis is birds, the amplifier is going to be pig, and the dead end host is going to be human. See, these are the important MCQ points which you should remember, that the reservoir is going to be bird, the amplifier is going to be pig, and yes, of course, that the dead end host is going to be human. Okay, so very simple. Please remember my name. So my name says that P and A are going to come together. So P for pigs, A for amplifier. Okay, so see, I'm making mnemonics out of my name, but yeah, my name is not corresponding with all these things, but anyways, just to make you people understand, right? And yes, I know I am a bad person, so you can say R and B coming together, that means R for reservoir, B for birds. Okay, I'm actually bad. Why? Because I make bad people, bad humans, dead humans. Okay, I'm going to make bad humans, dead humans. That means bad humans, humans are the dead end host. Humans are the dead end host. Coming on to the vaccine, the most important thing, yeah, it is an inactivated vaccine. Yes, it is used in the endemic areas, but the most important thing is this SA14142. Okay, now you will comment down in the comment section that what does Nakayama stain used for? What does Nakayama stain used for, and what are the other stains used for Japanese encephalitis virus vaccine? Alright, this I want you to comment down in the comment section because these are also important questions. But anyways, the classical, the conventional which microbiology books write till now is 14142. SA14142 stain, that is a live attenuated stain. Okay, right? So the mnemonic to remember is very simple. Even Indian moms can go to Japan if they come to know that there is a sale going on. So sale means SA, L for live attenuated, E for encephalitis, and yes, Japan is there, the mnemonic. Okay, here coming on to the West Nile fever. Again, I have told you Flaviviruses, enveloped single-stranded RNA, positive sense, 𝗖𝗵𝗵𝗿, arbovirus, Culex mosquito. But now for West Nile, yes, for West Nile fever, the reservoir host is going to be birds, especially the crows, especially the jays. But yeah, crows one is you can remember. Okay, the crows you can remember easily. And yes, the dead end hosts are going to be humans, dead end hosts are going to be horses. Okay, remember in West Nile fever, the mostly people are infectious, whereas some have fever like flu-like fever, illness, rash, lymphadenopathy, and in less than one of them they develop encephalitis, meningitis, and acute flaccid paralysis also. This is very important, that they might develop acute flaccid paralysis as well. They might develop acute flaccid paralysis as well. Okay, yes, right, clear? Okay, so diagnosis, how will you diagnose? Because if they are going to the brain, you will have IgM capture ELISA, CSF and serum, PCR that's going to detect the RNA, and viral isolation is rarely done. So treatment, there is no specific treatment given, you will give the supportive treatment only, right? And to prevent them, naturally the mosquito control vagara, all these things you are going to have. So just one important thing which I want you to understand is this, that you have got birds, you have as the reservoir host, then you have got humans as the dead host. So from the Japanese encephalitis, you can just copy down humans, and then from H to H you can remember. Just want to tell you that it can cause acute flaccid paralysis also. So, for West Nile fever, these are the two important MCQ points which you have to remember always, right. So, this is our end of the discussion for West Nile fever, and I hope that things are making clear sense to you and you are being able to keep all these concepts in mind. Thank you so much.